Hello everyone and welcome. In this video, we will analyze the multifaceted roles of ESP teachers and their impact on conducting the instructional process. We will examine these roles in depth while addressing the professional development requirements and practical challenges teachers face in specialized contexts. The goal is to offer a clear and useful understanding of how ESP teachers support learners by connecting classroom instruction with real-world language needs, workplace requirements, and subject-specific knowledge. ESP, or English for Specific Purposes, is a branch of English language teaching that focuses on the specific needs of learners in particular academic or professional fields. It is about teaching English that learners need for a clear purpose, for example, in medicine, business, engineering, law, tourism, aviation, or information technology. This means that the ESP teacher has a very special and often demanding role. An ESP teacher is not just a language teacher standing in front of a class. He is also a facilitator of learning, a content-aware instructor, a designer of materials, and a collaborator with subject specialists. In addition, ESP teachers must continuously develop professionally in order to respond to changing learner needs, workplace demands, and disciplinary knowledge. In this presentation, we will explore these different roles and also discuss the professional development needs and challenges that ESP teachers face. 1. What makes ESP teacher different? Before discussing the role of the ESP teacher, it is important to briefly understand what makes ESP different from general English. ESP is usually learner-centered, needs-based, goal-oriented, context-specific. So, the main question in ESP is not, what English should we teach? But rather, what English do these learners need in order to function effectively in their academic or professional context? This shift changes the teacher's role significantly. 2. The ESP teacher as a facilitator. One of the most important roles of the ESP teacher is that of a facilitator. In ESP classrooms, the teacher is not always the sole source of knowledge. Instead, the teacher helps learners develop the language, strategies, and confidence they need to function in specific situations. What does facilitation mean in ESP? To facilitate means guiding rather than dominating, supporting rather than simply delivering information, helping learners become active participants in their own learning. The ESP teacher facilitates learning by identifying learners' needs, setting realistic and relevant objectives, creating authentic tasks, encouraging interaction, helping learners solve communication problems, and promoting learner autonomy. For example, in a class of nursing students, the teacher may organize role plays where students practice taking patient histories. In this case, the teacher facilitates communication, gives language support, corrects errors sensitively, and helps learners reflect on their performance. Why is facilitation especially important in ESP? Because ESP learners are often adults or young adults, highly motivated, studying for a specific professional purpose, and already familiar with their subject area. Sometimes, learners may know more about the technical content than the teacher. Therefore, the teacher's role is not to pretend to be the expert in the field, but to help learners use English effectively within that field. Key features of the teacher as facilitator: encourages active learning, builds on learners' prior knowledge, uses problem-solving and task-based activities, supports communication in realistic contexts, promotes independence and self-direction. So, the ESP teacher becomes a guide who bridges the gap between language learning and real-world application. 3. The ESP teacher as a content specialist. The ESP teacher is being a content specialist, or at least becoming sufficiently knowledgeable about the target field. Now, This does not mean that every ESP teacher must become a doctor, engineer, lawyer, or business manager. However, it does mean that the teacher should understand the basic concepts of the discipline, the communicative practices of the profession, the types of texts used, and the language features common in that field. Why is content knowledge important? Because ESP teaching must be relevant. If the teacher does not understand the learner's context, it becomes very difficult to select appropriate texts, explain vocabulary accurately, design meaningful tasks, or respond to learners' needs effectively. For example, in English for medical purposes, teachers need familiarity with medical terminology, doctor-patient interaction, case notes, and report writing. In English for engineering, teachers should understand technical descriptions, process explanations, manuals, and presentation language. In business English, teachers should know about meetings, negotiations, marketing discourse, and formal correspondence. What kind of content knowledge does the ESP teacher need? The ESP teacher needs basic disciplinary awareness, understanding the concepts, tasks, and context of the field. Genre knowledge, knowing the types of spoken and written texts common in that discipline. Discourse awareness, understanding how communication happens in professional settings. Terminology and specialized vocabulary, recognizing key terms and expressions without necessarily becoming a technical expert. A balanced perspective. It is important to stress that the ESP teacher is primarily a language specialist, not a full subject specialist. However, they need enough content knowledge to teach language in context. This role can be challenging, especially when teachers are assigned to fields they are unfamiliar with. But with research, collaboration, and experience, teachers can gradually build subject knowledge. 4. The ESP teacher as a materials developer. In many ESP contexts, published textbooks are either too general, not suitable for learners' specific needs, outdated, or unavailable. As a result, ESP teachers often have to create, adapt, or supplement materials. Why do ESP teachers develop materials? Because ESP courses must be closely linked to learners' goals and target situations. Materials need to reflect the learner's discipline, workplace or academic tasks, authentic language use, and the required level of complexity. For example, a teacher of English for hotel staff may develop materials based on checking in guests, handling complaints, giving directions, or responding to online reviews. A teacher of English for law students may use case summaries, contracts, legal correspondence, and courtroom interaction. Types of materials ESP teachers may develop: worksheets, role-play cards, case studies, authentic texts, vocabulary lists, listening tasks, presentation activities, report writing templates, email writing tasks, simulated workplace scenarios. Important principles in ESP materials development. When developing materials, the ESP teacher should consider authenticity. Materials should reflect real-life language use as much as possible. Relevance. Tasks should match learners' actual or future needs. Level appropriateness. Materials must be suitable for learners' language proficiency. Skill integration. Materials should often combine reading, writing, listening, and speaking. Flexibility. Materials should be adaptable for different learner groups. Motivation. Relevant materials increase learner interest and engagement. Example. In an ESP class for aviation students, the teacher may design tasks using flight announcements, radio communication samples, safety briefings, or incident reports. Such materials are immediately more meaningful and practical. So, in ESP, teachers are often not just users of materials, they are creators of learning experiences. 5. The ESP teacher as a collaborator with subject matter experts. Another distinctive role of the ESP teacher is collaboration with subject matter experts. These may include doctors, engineers, business professionals, lawyers, technicians, university lecturers in specialist subjects, workplace supervisors. Why is collaboration necessary? Because subject specialists can provide accurate technical content, authentic examples, current professional practices, insight into workplace communication, and feedback on the realism of course materials. The ESP teacher contributes expertise in language teaching, pedagogy, discourse analysis, communication strategies, and skills development. Together, they can create courses that are both linguistically sound and professionally relevant. Forms of collaboration. Collaboration can happen in different ways: conducting needs analysis together, identifying target tasks, selecting authentic documents, team teaching, inviting guest speakers, validating materials, discussing assessment criteria, observing real workplace communication. For example, an ESP teacher working with nursing students may collaborate with nursing instructors to identify the most frequent communication situations students will face in hospitals. Similarly, an ESP teacher in engineering may consult faculty members to understand the types of reports, presentations, and technical discussions students are expected to perform. Benefits of collaboration. More accurate and relevant course content. Better understanding of learners' target needs. Increased credibility of the course. Greater learner confidence. Better alignment between language training and professional demands. Possible difficulties in collaboration. However, collaboration is not always easy. Challenges may include lack of time, limited institutional support, different priorities between language teachers and subject specialists, communication gaps, and uncertainty about responsibilities. So, effective collaboration can significantly improve the quality of ESP instruction. 6. Professional development needs of ESP teachers. Because ESP teaching is complex and dynamic, professional development is essential. ESP teachers need continuous growth in several areas. 1. Needs analysis skills. Teachers need to know how to identify learners' present level, target needs, learning preferences, professional tasks, and communicative challenges. This may involve questionnaires, interviews, observations, and analysis of authentic texts. 2. Disciplinary knowledge. Teachers need opportunities to learn more about the fields they teach. This could include reading subject-specific texts, attending lectures, observing workplace settings, taking short courses, or consulting specialists. 3. Materials design skills. Since many ESP teachers create their own materials, they need training in selecting authentic texts, adapting materials, designing tasks, and evaluating effectiveness. 4. Genre and discourse analysis. ESP teachers benefit from understanding how reports are structured, how presentations are delivered, how research articles are written, or how professionals interact in specific contexts. 5. Assessment design. Teachers need to develop assessments that reflect real communicative tasks rather than only general language knowledge. For example, assessment may include writing a business email, presenting a project proposal, summarizing a medical case, or participating in a simulated meeting. 6. Technology integration. Modern ESP teaching increasingly uses online learning platforms, digital corpora, discipline-specific videos, virtual simulations, and AI-supported language tools. Teachers need training to use these effectively. The role of the ESP teacher is rich, demanding, and highly significant. The ESP teacher is not simply a transmitter of general language knowledge. Instead, they perform multiple interconnected roles. He is a facilitator, a content specialist, a materials developer, and a collaborator. At the same time, ESP teachers need continuous professional development in needs analysis, subject knowledge, materials design, assessment, technology, and research. The ESP teacher plays a crucial role in connecting language education with the real academic and professional world. By doing so, they help learners to use it purposefully, confidently, and successfully in the contexts that matter most to them. In your opinion, which role is the most challenging for an ESP teacher, facilitator, content specialist, materials developer, or collaborator? Or, should an ESP teacher be expected to master the specialist subject, or is language expertise enough?